The quickest and easiest way to connect with other people is through pain and misery. We often come together really quickly. We often bond so quickly because we find a common situation or a common person to bitch about or to gossip about. I thought about this long and hard. Why are we so inclined towards bitching and gossiping? Why? The reason is that we human beings have this huge, profound need for love and connection. Pain, misery, bitching, and gossiping is the quickest and easiest way to connect to another person. If you think bitching and gossiping is fun, think again. It's not. In fact, it could be that one thing that is totally blocking your manifestations. So, if you want a bigger car, if you want a better job, if you want a better relationship, if you want more money in your life, and you think you are the pro at law of attraction, you have tried all the tricks, you have tried all the manifestation techniques, you have done your affirmations, you have your vision board, and yet that thing is not coming into your life, think again. Are you bitching and gossiping? Now, bitching and gossiping could be fun for like a little while, but after you bitch and gossip, I don't know about you, but I used to feel pathetic. I used to feel guilty and shameful. Guilt and shame are the scum of emotions. They are literally at the bottom. They come even below anger and sadness. So from that place of guilt and shame, you will not be able to manifest anything worthwhile into your life. I'm not making this up. This literally is the science of emotions, and now I'm going to pop on screen this famous chart from the book Power versus Force by David Hawkins. And as you can see, guilt and shame are at the very bottom. Right. So from guilt and shame, you can't attract anything positive into your life. You're going to attract more guilt and shame into your life. So when you're bitching and gossiping, you are essentially giving that out in the world. So what you give is what you get. What you put out in this world comes back to you multiplied, intensified, and the universe gets very creative when it rewards you. So it can come back into your life in the most insane ways. There is a huge healing element in when you share your pain with someone. But sharing your pain with someone versus telling that story, repeating that story to anybody and everybody who's willing to listen is a different thing. That is keeping you stuck. So you need to take a good look at your life and decide whether it is sharing your pain or whether it is being stuck in that victim mentality. Right? So if you are a part of any WhatsApp groups or any Facebook groups where you go and actively bitch about your mother-in-law or your ex-boyfriend or whoever, anybody who's hurt you, you are keeping yourself stuck. And there is so much passion there, there's so much energy there, there's so much emotion there, that more of that will manifest in your life. Bitching and gossiping could be that blind spot. You have no idea. Like I said before, you think you are doing everything, but you're blissfully unaware of this blind spot that is literally blocking your manifestations from you. I have realized this in my own life. When I distance myself from toxic situations and toxic people, my manifestations are so quick. Try this in your own life. See what happens. So this might mean that eventually you have to remove yourself from toxic situations and toxic people. This is not a one-time job. This is a process. This is not going to happen overnight. So the idea is to be aware and to start dissolving these patterns within us. Sometimes what happens is that we are having a very normal conversation, and before we even know it, it turns into this bitching fest. So once you are aware enough, you realize that's what's happening. There are different ways you can excuse yourself from that conversation. You can actually turn around and say, no, look, I don't want to talk about this person. I don't want to bitch and gossip. So that's one way to say no. Another way to say no is by cleverly changing the subject. Or another way to get out of that situation is to simply excuse yourself from the conversation. If it's a conversation on telephone, hang up. If you can physically leave, leave. Again, these things come with time and a little bit of practice. So the idea with this video is to just get you aware and get you started. And also take a good look at yourself. Maybe the other person isn't toxic. Maybe you are the toxic element. The idea is to be honest with yourself. Take a good look at yourself. See if you are the toxic element. See what you're doing and forgive yourself and start changing. Now, I am no saint either. I used to bitch, I used to gossip a lot. And let me tell you one thing. Every time I did that, it came right back and bit me in my ass. And this had to happen a few times before I could finally learn my lesson. And I'm still learning because, like I said before, there are times that we don't even realize it, but we are bitching and gossiping. The idea is to slowly get really self-aware and get into a position where you're comfortable to say no, no, I don't bitch, I don't gossip, and just remove yourself from that situation. And guys, remember one thing. People who bitch and gossip with you will also bitch and gossip about you. There's no escaping that. So think about it. If you are using bitching and gossiping as a means to connect with other people, I am sure you can find better ways to connect with people. Right? Stop bitching and gossiping and see how quickly you will be able to manifest whatever it is that you want to manifest in your life. That is it for today's video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.